The evening shimmered with sound and color, but unease clung to me long before I reached the place. I had been clear with Mara, some choices aren't flexible. That night was one of them. Still, she left anyway, confidence curling at the edge of her smile as she brushed past me, insisting that independence mattered more than consideration. I didn't argue. I simply followed, unseen, letting the night reveal what words no longer could. From the edges of the venue, I watched her move as though nothing could touch her. She laughed too freely, leaned too close, tested limits she knew existed. Her ease wasn't innocence, it was defiance. Colleagues circled, drawn in by her charm, and she welcomed the attention with deliberate glances and casual touches. Every gesture felt intentional, almost performative, as if she wanted to be seen breaking rules. I stayed still, concealed, allowing the truth to unfold on its own. It became clear then that this had never been about celebration. It was about exposure. Music pulsed through the room, but for me, it dissolved into a quiet tension. Nothing concealed survived scrutiny for long. She basked in the attention, unaware that the balance of power was already shifting. At some point, she sensed a change. Her laughter wavered, her eyes flicked toward the shadows. That was when I stepped forward. No anger, no rush, just presence. The moment I came into view, the air tightened. Conversation stalled. Glasses hovered mid-sip. Mara's expression cracked, just slightly, but enough for everyone to notice. She tried to recover, smoothing her hair, forcing a smile that didn't quite settle. I didn't confront her loudly. I didn't need to. I stood there calmly, letting silence do the work. People understood instinctively that this was something deeper than a casual disagreement. Her bravado faltered under the weight of being seen. She laughed again, brittle this time, tossing out a joke that landed nowhere. I took a slow drink, watching her unravel without interruption. Every hesitation, every nervous movement became visible to the room. Whispers spread. Eyes followed her, not with admiration now, but with curiosity and discomfort. I leaned closer, my voice low enough that only she could hear. Trust isn't optional, and freedom doesn't mean immunity. The words didn't need force. They carried their own gravity. Her confidence collapsed in on itself, knees weakening, composure slipping. The spectacle wasn't loud, but it was devastating. She scrambled for excuses, gestures, anything to regain control. Nothing worked. Those around her shifted uneasily, recognizing that boundaries had been crossed and consequences had arrived without drama or mercy. I moved past her, close enough to leave one final truth behind. Disrespect always collects its debt. Fear flickered across her face, tangled with regret. She finally understood that the risk she took wasn't small. Every flirtation, every mocking glance had stacked against her. That night, accountability arrived quietly and stayed. The party carried on, but something fundamental had changed. Conversations were softer, smiles more cautious. Mara retreated to a corner, drained of the confidence she'd worn so easily earlier. Those who had hovered near her stepped back, suddenly aware of the shift in dynamics. I didn't linger, didn't need to. Observation alone had altered everything. Later, people would still talk about that night in lowered voices. For me, it became a lesson etched in clarity. Restraint can be more powerful than confrontation, and presence can outweigh spectacle. Mara had believed she could act without consequence, that charm could mask everything. Instead, the truth surfaced on its own. I never raised my voice. I never embarrassed her publicly. Patience and timing did what anger never could. That was the night her laughter gave way to silence, and she learned that freedom without respect is fleeting, fragile, and ultimately unsustainable.